My name is Jeremy Atkins. I am the one of the founders of Big and J Long Range Attractants. We sold deer feed and deer attractants and deer minerals. Uh, I'm gonna go. It was in 2008 when we started Big and J. Um, it was myself and another partner, and to say the least, Big and J grew leaps and bounds. Didn't ever really expect it to get to where it got. We had a great team, great partners. Since I have sold my shares of Big and J, I am now semi-retired. Get to spend a lot more time at home with my wife and kids. Kind of an old saying that I always told myself, when the decision was made to retire from Big and J was, I miss T-ball, but I'm not going to miss varsity. And my family and my faith is my priorities in life. And to say the least, to run a nationwide company and be a part of a nationwide company like Big and J, there wasn't a lot of spare time. And so to say the least, I've got to experience a lot of neat things as far as the hunting world goes. I've got to hunt a lot of different parts of the world, see a lot of amazing things, and truly a blessed individual. So approximately 7 years ago, Cody calls me up one day and says, "Hey, do you have any of your Nebraska tags left?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And he says, "Well, hey man, are you going to use one on rifle?" And I said, "Plan on it." And long story short, Cody and I head out western Nebraska. Cody asked me if I wanted to use a Henry rifle. I said, "Absolutely." He says, "Well, I'll film you." And so Cody borrows me a Henry Long Ranger 308 to use in front of the camera. And immediately I fell in love with this gun. We took it to the range. I shot, I don't know, I'm going to say 8 to 10 rounds through her. It felt great. I was like, man, this thing is sweet. It just fit me good. It's one of those guns, when you pick it up, you shoulder it, you're like, there it is. And we proceeded to go hunt with it. And that hunt in particular was just one of those magical days in the Whitetail Woods. I mean, the deer were doing it. They were on their feet from sunup to sundown, bucks running, tongues hanging out. Just every time we hit the horns, we brought a buck in, just full steam ahead. It was just an amazing day. So with that being said, we were having fun. We were just soaking up the experience. And I don't know why, but maybe I'm just a goofball, but I sit here and I shouldered the gun. I'm like, oh, Hank's ready to let one bark. And Cody's like, looks around the camera up and he's like, what'd you say? Hank the Henry 308. Hank the Henry 308. I'm like, Hank the 308. And I mean, I've got old Hank here and I've got it shouldered up and we're set up. I'm like, this is Hank. And Cody's like, Hank. And I'm like, yeah, Hank. And it just stuck. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It stuck. Like Hank the 308. It rolls off the tongue. And I've got nicknames for a few other guns from when I was way younger, but Hank is Hank. And it just makes me giggle. It makes me just absolutely laugh out loud when I see people on social media now and they sit here and they say, man, I love the Long Ranger 308. I've got to get me a Hank. I'm like, are you kidding me? And it did. It just stuck. And since then, Cody and the Henry family has gifted me Hank. They're like, we want you to keep Hank, the original Hank. This is the original Hank. So on that hunt, I mean, Hank and I, we were able to put down with Cody behind the camera. We shot a big old mature 10-point. I mean, rattled him in. I want to say it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, he came in just like a freight train. Just bullied up on us. It was amazing. I mean, we took Hank out there to that exact same piece of property a year later, rattled in a really nice, heavy horn, 5x6, exact same thing. Snort wheezed him in, and he was facing me, and I put a cranker on him and dropped him in his tracks right below the old throw patch, straight on shot. I mean, we took Hank to Texas, and we've shot hogs with Hank. We shot an exotic, multiple different deer. I mean, I can't even name all the different hunts. I used Hank in Kansas and on a couple different deer down on some of Cody's farms. My son filmed me shoot a big old 4x3. We called him Jim Beam's brother. He was just a big mainframe 7-point. Shot him down in Kansas. I mean, just last year, went down to Kansas and had a great hunt and fellowship with Cody. We hunted for 4 or 5 days, and towards the end of the season, we were walking into a blind and bumped into a big, friggin' tall, overly mature 8-point, and Hank and I were able to knock him down, drop him in his tracks right after he took his last drink of water at a pond. I mean, Hank and I have so many experiences together. I know I'm forgetting some. And I mean, heck, just this year, not just for me, my brother killed his biggest deer that he's ever killed in his entire life. Matter of fact, not even 500 yards straight south of where we're sitting right now. I mean, Hank's been around the block. Hank is Hank. It's just such a dependable, reliable, accurate rifle. My most memorable hunt that involves Hank is a hunt that I wasn't even the tag holder, or I didn't even pull the trigger. And it was my dad's Nebraska once-in-a-lifetime bull-elk tag. My dad used Hank on that hunt, and for the rest of my life, I'll always have memories, and I'll always look back on that hunt every time I look at Hank. Because there's these little nicks, little burrs, little scratches. There's just a few war wounds on Hank that I know I didn't do. And it was my dad. It was a rough hunt, you know. It was an elk hunt, and I'll always be able to. Every time I look at this gun, every time I look at Hank, I'll remember that time spent with my dad in the woods, and my brother, and my son, and Cody, and yeah. Hank is like a benchmark member of that group that I'll always look back on. And I mean, some of these marks, you know, I just look at them and I smile. I'm like, yeah, Hank got dad a bull. You know, he made a 300-yard shot with a 308, and you know, Hank dropped him. So yeah, that was hands down the most memorable hunt for the rest of my life. So the most recent hunt that I went on with Hank would be this year, this last November. Cody and I got invited to go down and hunt with some good friends of mine that have come up and turkey hunted with me in Nebraska for 6, 7, 8 years now. I don't even know how many years. And Bill and Jake and Andy and Zach and just all the guys. I mean, they are literally family. They invite us to come down. They're like, man, we got the lodging. We were ready to get a hotel. They're like, no, you're staying at this place called the Ponderosa. Beautiful lodge. I mean, I made the jokes, but it felt like, I mean, it looked like it was the Yellowstone of Arkansas. I mean, it was like we were on the Dutton Ranch, you know. Beautiful accommodations, unbelievable hunting. We hit the weather right. The deer were really rocking. The bucks were pushing does. Amazing hunt. Hank and I, we were able to shoulder up and anchor down the widest 8-point I've ever been able to shoot. I mean, truly a Arkansas monarch, big mature buck. Had an amazing hunt, amazing time with friends. I don't know. It's just one of those hunts where you want to reflect on it and go back to many times, and that's just another hunt that Hank was involved in. So it's amazing to me to sit here and just reflect on the past and all the experiences that a gun has created for me. I mean, from not just the hunting, but the time in camp and the time traveling. I mean, the windshield time conversations with Cody or with friends. Just the camaraderie and all the amazing memories made because of a gun, because of Hank. And it also really gets me excited about the future, because my daughters are becoming of age where they're old enough now to, the 308's a little bigger than what they can handle at the age of 13 and 15, but they're getting there. And I know that I look at the scars on Hank and I smile because those are memories. And I know I'm going to put more scratches and scars on Hank because there's a lot more hunts coming down the line. And I'm going to smile at those too, because I know they came from my daughters. They might have come from my son, or, you know, and it's just amazing to me that a rifle could literally be the cause of so many great memories in the past and the future. And to me, that's pretty neat.